a company called Peak Alpha Investments. Now, Peak Alpha was started in 2005 here in Bangalore, and it's been a great journey over the last 18 years. We've been very fortunate in that we've also been able to build a team, most of whom have chosen to build their careers with us as well. So we're about a 50-member team now. We've worked with about 6,500 families, and so a little bit about my own story. So, those of whom know me know that my story is almost completely intertwined with my wife's, which is Sunder. She isn't here now, but we started the company together, but before that we got married in 1996, and it's been a journey together ever since. So this is my third career. My first career was in the merchant marine industry. So I used to sail some of the world's largest ships around the world for the first 10 years of my life. And then I was persuaded that that is not a meaningful long-term career, so I went and got my MBA from the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania and changed tracks then. So I went into management consulting. So I worked with Accenture as part of their capital market strategy group, first in Chicago and then in London, and did that for another 10 years of my life. And then we relocated to India for personal reasons, both from our children's perspective and from our parents. We thought India would be a great place to come and start a career. At that point, I had relationships with a bank, first in the US, then in the UK, and then in India as well. So there was already a high level of trust that was built with that institution. So a young man came and met us one day and said, I'm a relationship manager. Let me meet you, let me do a little bit of work for you and give you some advice about what to do with your money. And because this was an 18-year association with the bank, I felt that this would be good, so I took that advice on. And it was not a very pleasant experience. If I had invested ₹1,00,000, that became 40,000 rupees overnight, because there was so much charges. So of course, at that point I'd been a financial services and capital markets consultant, and been thinking that I knew finance quite well, and this happened to me. So then I started asking some of my colleagues here in Bangalore about how they manage their money, and I found two things that were quite consistent. One, almost all of them said that they worked with their bank, and almost all of them said that it was not an experience that they really enjoyed. So at that point in our life, Priya and I had been thinking about various businesses that we wanted to start. I wanted to start a video streaming service, we wanted to start a logistics service, but then this was staring us in the eye. We felt like there is a great need for an ethical company that provides high quality advice. And so that's where Peak Alpha was born. It was born out of a mistake. But then, life has been very kind since then. We've been fortunate in that, we've received several awards, and we are very, very positive about the future. So something that Connect asked me about, so I'll tell you about that also. Why do we feel excited about the future? I'm very excited about the future. And here are the reasons, and I'm sure all of us will agree once I finish. Around the world, if you look at all the various countries and where they are at their stage of life and what is going on in those countries, it's a no-brainer that India is standing out as unique. India as a country has such tremendous potential for the next 10 years. Some people are saying this is going to be India's decade, some other people are saying this is going to be India's century. So if there is a river that is flowing, and you are in a boat and you have a chance to be on that river, it is good if that river is a fast-flowing, nice river. We are fortunate. We are in India in 2024, 2025, in the middle of a river that is flowing very fast, likely to flow strongly for the next 10 years. So that is one. Second, if you look at the demographic of clients that we at Peak Alpha serve, we don't serve the ultra-high net worth, we don't serve the complete retail end of the market. We focus mostly on, if you like, upper middle class families. People who need financial planning, people who are trying to decide, will I have enough money at the end of my life? So that is the customer segment that we are focused on. And that customer segment, again, completely through luck, is expected to be the fastest growing segment in our economy. So again, they need good financial advice. We have built an ability to give good financial advice, and again, we feel very fortunate. So one, the river is flowing well, and our boat is also a strong boat. So we're looking forward to that journey. And in the process, if you're in a business where you actually help people, which I will talk about a little bit in the next round, if you're in a business that actually you're helping people, what more can you ask as a businessman? A great opportunity in doing good things. So we are very excited about the future, and I feel very privileged that God has been kind to place us in this situation where we can look at the next 10 years with a lot of confidence. So that's a little bit about us.